Hello everyone, you are connected to your English class. Today we are going to go through chapter 14 and the topic is reported speech. We are going to go through interrogative sentences. Now, we all know that interrogative sentences goes with sign of interrogation because in interrogative sentences we ask a question. We put on a question. So, questions are of two kinds. We can arise question in two ways. The first is those which are introduced using question words like who, which, when, how, etc. We can ask a question by using question word, or we can say by using WH family. We can put on a question. And the second way to frame a question is when we use an auxiliaries. Auxiliaries students का मतलब होता है helping verbs. जब हम helping verbs का use करते हैं, even then we can frame a question. And we know that helping verbs are is, am, are, was, were, do, did, can, will, has, have, and etc. Okay. So these are the two ways to put on a question. Now here, in order to convert reported speech in interrogative form, there are certain rules. Let's go through them. Change the reporting verb say or tell into ask or inquire. As we know that a question is always asked. जो question होता है वो हमेशा पूछा जाता है या inquiry की जाती है. When we have to inquire from somebody, we ask a question, we put on a question. So say or tell को हम change करेंगे ask और inquire में. Use if or whether instead of that. Now, generally in reported speech, what do we do? In order to omit inverted commas, we put that conjunction. But in interrogative sentences, that conjunction is not used. Okay? At the place of that, we make use of if and whether. और if and whether का भी कब हम यूज़ करेंगे? when we are dealing with helping verbs, when we are framing question with the help of helping verbs. Okay? No conjunction is required when the question is introduced by a question word. When we are framing question with the help of WH family, then no conjunction is required, not of that and not of if and whether, because W family itself does the work of conjunction. No need to go for any other conjunction. The interrogative form is changed into a set statement. Of course, when we convert from direct to indirect, we convert the interrogative form into statement form and we add full stop at the end of the sentence. Let's go for the examples. Here we are having, he said to me, comma, inverted commas begin, where are you going? Now class, we see that in order to convert it into indirect speech, what do? He said to will be changed into asked. He asked me, उसने मुझसे पूछा था, he asked me. Now here we are framing the question with WH family, so no conjunction will be used. Where, W will become small, where I was going. The same rules of pronoun will be used. Here you is the second form of pronoun, second person pronoun, and it will go with the object. So where, I and is, am, are will be converted into was, were, and with I we use was, where I was going. Similarly, if we go with the sentence having auxiliary verb, he said, am I a fool? He said, am I a fool? उसने कहा था कि क्या मैं मूर्ख हूँ? Now, he asked, उसने पूछा था. यहाँ पर asked में हम change करेंगे because here we are dealing with interrogative sentences. He asked, उसने पूछा था if. Now here we are making use of auxiliaries verb, means helping verbs. So with helping verbs we will make use of if or whether. So we are here utilizing if he was a fool, if he was a fool. Now I will go with subject and subject is he, and he will take the position of he was a fool. Am will be converted into was. Now let's go for the exercise. Exercise number 14.4. Convert the following sentences into indirect speech. At first place we are having, where do you live? She asked me. Here we are having, she asked me. Now the sentence is, now the reported speech is beginning with WH family question words. So no need to make use of any conjunction. She asked me where. Now W will convert into smaller letter. Where I lived. First form will be converted into second form according to rule of the narration, and you is the second person pronoun and it will go with the object. This is subject, this is verb, and this is object. Okay. Next is, when do the children sing? I asked Tom. I asked Tom when the children sing will convert into second form sang. When the children sang. Look, here we are converting it into statement form. What did they build? I asked Paul. I asked Paul what they. Now we know that did is the second form and it will convert into past perfect tense, and the identification of past perfect tense is had plus third form. What they had built. You have to go through the changes of the sentences carefully. Who did you meet? Tina asked me. Here Tina asked me whom I, again did is here, so same rule will be applied. I had met. Meet, met. Past perfect tense. Similarly, we will sort out all the sentences. When will you return? She asked me. She asked me, it means she is asking a question. She is framing a question to me. वो मुझसे पूछ रही थी. She asked me when. अब you will go with when I would return. Next is, how will they find that book? Tom asked. Tom asked how. H will become small. How they will convert into would. How they would find that book. Why will she leave so early? I asked her why she would leave so early. All the changes in pronouns and in tenses will go like we were doing in the previous exercises. The changes will become the same. What have you done? I asked him. I asked him what. Now you will go with him, object, because second person pronoun will go with object. What he have will become had. What he had done. Class, when we apply helping verb after W family, then it frames a question, and in order to convert it into statement, we put subject here. Okay, what he had done. What has she bought? I asked Tom what she had bought. Again, has will convert into had. Now we see that we have a good practice of W family, WH family question words. Now here we are going to do sentences that are beginning with auxiliaries, means helping verbs. So let's go for them. Do you speak English? He asked me. He asked me. Now here we are seeing that helping verb is applied, so we will go with the conjunction if. He asked me if. Now you will go with object. If I spoke Speak, spoke, spoken, the first form is given and first form will be converted into second form. Present in past. If I spoke what? English. Full stop. Next is, does she feel better? She asked Tina. She asked Tina if she felt better. Next is 13th. Did you have lunch alone? He asked me. Here he asked me if I had lunch alone. Here class, we see that at the place of had we will go with the verb had, but had will go with the third form. Third form will also be applied. So if I had lunch alone, okay, because has have is the first form and the second and third form will go with had and had. Did you see the film last week? I asked her if she, here you will go with her, so if she had seen, here past perfect tense is applied, here simple past tense second form is given, so we will go with had plus third form of the verb, that if she had seen the film last week is also be converted. Okay, we have to convert this word last week, and last week means जो पिछला हफ्ता जो बीत चुका है, so we will go with the previous week. Okay class. Will you come by taxi? He asked me if I would come by taxi. The same rules will be applied. Will she keep her money at home? I asked him if she would keep her money at home. Here only tense and pronoun will be changed. And we see that third person pronoun is applied here and third person pronoun won't get changed. So I asked him if she would keep her money at home. Have you seen the dog? He asked Tom if he had seen the dog. Here you is applied, second person pronoun, so it will go with the object. Has he made a cake? I asked if he had made a cake. Have you forgotten the address? She asked me if I had forgotten the address. Has she ridden a horse? I asked if she had ridden a horse. So class, this was your very long exercise 14.4. I hope now you are well acquainted how to sort it out. You have to take care, if question tags are given, no conjunction will be used, and if auxiliaries are given, you will make use of if and when.